Sistas Bonafide. Sistas Bonafide. Sistas Bonafide. I got my sister and me.
Hey, Sistas Bonafide family, how y'all doing? What's going on? Happy weekend. For those of you who are new to our channel, welcome. And we hope that you actually enjoy our videos and watch them and like and subscribe and share them and do all that good stuff. And let's, open up the conversation for some of the videos and topics that we have on our channel so far. And for those of you who are returning viewers, we truly thank you for the love and the support. I'm here today. My name is Ebony, for those of you who don't know. Solo dolo today. My sister girl isn't with me today, but I'm gonna hold it down for the both of us, okay? So I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible. I'm not gonna be as long-winded as I usually am for those of you who probably watch our videos, but there are some topics that I do want to discuss with you guys that have just been in the media, in politics, in the world in general, however you want to say it, and social media issues, whatever. It's just things that have been on my mind. So let's talk about it. So the first topic, y'all, that I want to bring up is this whole situation with WNBA star Brittney Griner. Okay, this situation is just crazy. So for those of you who don't know, Brittney Griner, as I mentioned, she is a basketball player in the WNBA. And she was arrested back in February of this year for smuggling marijuana in her luggage. And she was arrested in Russia, okay? So back, I think I want to say like in early August, so a couple weeks ago, I think August 2nd or something like that, she was sentenced to 9 years in prison, in Russia. Okay, so this has sparked so much outrage. For one, because, obviously it does seem a bit excessive, that 9 years for just smuggling marijuana. And it wasn't a lot of marijuana that she was carrying. I think it was like from a vape pen or something like that, that she's getting this sentence. So that's the first, issue that has sparked outrage, amongst people across the globe. But then it's also an issue of, whether or not she's being used as a pawn in this whole debacle between the United States and Russia as it currently stands, right? We know that we're going through a lot with Russia right now and all that stuff. So is she being used as a pawn? And then, of course, there are talks, recently there have been talks of making a prisoner swap. So there have been discussions about, swapping the prisoners. So there's, for instance, there is Victor Boots, I think, who is currently being imprisoned here in the States, and then we would swap Victor for Brittney Griner, right? Okay, so that's pretty much the lay of the land. She's in jail 9 years and all that good stuff. So where I sit with this, right? Now, I know I might get dragged for saying like, oh, she's a black woman, you're a black woman, what's wrong with you? I get it, sis, just hear me out on this. Hear me out, okay? Especially in such time of turmoil between the two countries, I think that was a very irresponsible thing for Brittney to do. And I believe it when she says that she didn't mean to break any Russian laws or anything like that. But, sometimes when we get away with things, we tend to want to do them, over and over again just because we've gotten away with them in the past. And, we can't, this is a different time that we're living in right now. You have to be very careful, especially as a woman of color, to not rock the boat too much. We definitely have a microscope over us all the time as black people, and especially as American citizens traveling abroad. So it's like we have to kind of tread lightly with certain things. And I just think maybe she took advantage of a good thing that she had. I don't know. Now, on the flip side, do I think that 9 years is excessive? Most definitely. Okay, and at this point, it's not even a legal issue. It's more of a diplomatic issue. So there's a level of diplomacy that we need to exercise here in order for Brittney to be brought back to the States. But so essentially, yes, just going back to my thought, I do think that 9 years is excessive. And essentially, they wanted to give her, the maximum for a crime like this in Russia is 10 years. So she's just a year short of that. And they actually was going to give her 9.5 years, but they cut it down to 9 because of time that she's already served. So do I think that that's a lot? Yes, of course. That's crazy. Okay, 9 years, 9.5 years, I don't care. That's excessive. But then again, I'm looking at it from the lens of an American citizen, right? And I'm looking at it from the perspective of a person who, may not necessarily understand the laws and everything that's outside of this country. I feel like we as Americans think that the world is just America. Like we don't really understand and acknowledge the rules and regulations that are going on outside of this country, and that we have to respect those rules. I don't care who we are. So, from my perspective, from the perspective of a American citizen, that's crazy. The 9 years is just too much, but those are their rules. You know what I mean? And we have to kind of broaden our understanding and knowledge of the laws and respect the fact that, listen, that's just what it is. So my hope is that they stop using Brittney as a pawn, because essentially that's what she is in this game that they're playing, I feel like. But I hope that this is a lesson learned for her. We can't play by the same rules that we would play in America, or in a time where maybe when she was doing this before, where it didn't, make much of a difference to anybody, whether she had marijuana in her luggage. We can't play that game anymore. We have to really abide by the rules. So I'm praying for the sister. I hope that she comes back home and they can work all this stuff out, the appropriate officials, and Biden gets involved, and all the people, the decision makers, the powers that be actually bring this girl home. But praying for her, hoping that she learns from this lesson and moves on, and she can come back home to her family. Okay. So that's my take on that. Let me know what y'all think. I know y'all probably gonna drag me for, how you gonna say she needs to follow the rules? Sis, she does. Come on now. Come on. You gotta you know you have to follow the rules in different countries. So that's that. Okay, so that's one of the topics that I wanted to talk to y'all about. Next thing I wanted to talk about was the situation between Beyonce and Khalees, right? So for those of you who don't know, Beyonce, as you probably know, put out her latest album called Renaissance, right? And she made a song on there called Energy, where she sampled Khalees' song Milkshake in it, right? Now, she didn't ask Khalees, she didn't even give her the decency of a phone call, nothing like that. Like, she just went ahead and sampled it without any kind of, contact with Khalees, asking her, requesting it, whatever. And rightfully so, Khalees went off. Like, she was not happy about it. And honestly, I'm team Khalees on this, okay? Like, I really feel that Beyonce was wrong. And I know that I probably will get dragged once again by the Beehive, but it is what it is. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I don't care who it is, okay? And Khalees on her went on, like, somewhat of a rant, rightfully so, saying, she could have at least just called me and, asked me for my likeness, my music and her latest song, but she didn't do that. Beyonce didn't do that. And, a lot of people were coming at Khalees, and of course, the Beehive, they stand strong, their strength in numbers, whatever the case is. But like I said, I'm with Khalees on this one. Beyonce was dead wrong. And to me, it's like, she's been a repeat offender of doing things like this. Like, Beyonce's known for stealing music. Come on now. Even dance moves, like, sis does this. Like, that's what she does. I'm not trying to remove the talent that, Beyonce has. She's extremely talented, a triple, quadruple threat, like, all of that. But come on now. You got to call a spade, and she's been known for doing this. And I think, especially when you're someone in power with likeness behind you, like you have it going on, people worship the ground that you walk on, you feel that you can do these things. So as an update to this topic, Beyonce removed Khalees' Milkshake sample and her credit from the song. So basically it was kind of like a, okay, I get it. Like, I'm gonna give you what you want. Let me just remove it from the album. Boom, bam, we're done, right? And okay, that's fine. But I feel like from where I sit, Beyonce sort of missed the mark on that. I really feel as though she could have given her Khalees the decency of just giving her a phone call, saying, look, I'm very sorry. I did not mean any harm by it. You know, I really liked the song. I just wanted to sample it, yada, yada, yada. It didn't even have to be a long conversation, but just the fact that she just removed it is like, dang, are you happy now, Khalees? Like, I did what you wanted me to do. Like, you know, just stop talking about it at this point. And to me, that's how children act. That's how children behave. Like, they don't want to face the music, no pun intended. Like, they just want to end it and be gone with it, especially if it's something that they've done wrong. And you have to be woman enough to face it and say, listen, I messed up, you know, but I feel like Beyonce is at a, you know, this top-notch celebrity and, you know, all that stuff, so she doesn't feel the need to do that. But I'm very happy that Khalees called her out on it. And it's unfortunate because Beyonce is very known for singing about, you know, women empowerment and women of color, and, you know, that they're, we have to stand strong together, but your behavior is the opposite of that. Okay, like I said, let's call a spade a spade. She was wrong for it. She was wrong for doing that, and I think she was even more wrong for not giving Khalees the decency of a phone call saying, my apologies. I didn't mean any malice behind it. I just wanted to sample the song, and I should have gone about it differently. Like, you a grown woman, you sing about I'm a grown woman, then act like a grown woman. Okay? Beehive, y'all can say what y'all want to say. I don't care. Y'all gonna drag me. I know if this comes across any Beehive members YouTube channel, YouTube lineup, y'all gonna drag me, and I don't care. Okay? I'm gonna stand firm on this. I'm Team Khalees on this instance. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I just had higher hopes for how that situation ended. I didn't like how it started, and I certainly didn't like how it ended. And, you know, it is what it is. Last thing I want to talk about, y'all, this monkeypox thing. What's happening? What is going on? I don't know. Monkeypox literally came out of left field. Like, what? we were literally just in a pandemic, and we still are with COVID, and it's like now they're throwing monkeypox in the mix. You know, I'm still very much confused on what the demographic is for monkeypox and who can get vaccinated. All I know is that you can catch it from surfaces or from close contact from somebody. You know, it's just, it's crazy to me. But I'm not entirely sure who is eligible for a vaccine. Like, okay, if we come in contact with somebody who has it, if we don't know that they have it, then it's like we can, you know, we're putting ourselves at risk of getting it, so they say. So it's like, so then should we all be getting the vaccine then? Like, I'm not understanding. It's still not clear to me. So if y'all have this information, please let a sister know, because I don't know. Okay, but then it's like you think about it, and it's like you see that the CDC just dropped the requirements for A, quarantining for COVID, and then B, they dropped the 6 feet rule. So, okay, so now we're with monkeypox, right? So now y'all are telling us that we don't have to stay 6 feet. We don't have to distance ourselves, especially from people who may or may not have monkeypox, and we may not even know because they may not even be showing symptoms of it at that point. Literally, I'm over it. I'm over it. Listen, whatever's gonna take me out, take me out. Take me out at this point. I'm tired of like living by these rules and these ever-changing rules that don't make any sense to me anymore. It's just like they're just going along with the flow as it goes, and I'm tired of going along with the flow. I'm tired of it. Like, we've been going through this for like 2 years now, going on 3, and they keep changing the rules of what's right and what's wrong, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, and then throwing other things in the mix, throwing monkeypox, throwing polio. What? polio? For real? I thought that was done. I thought that was gone years ago. Like, what is happening? So listen, I'm just, at this point, just give me a hazmat suit and I'll just go about my business, because you can't stay home. You got to live your life. You have to go to work. You have to enjoy life. So it's like, what do you do? And I feel like there's not as much, there's not as much of a sense of urgency with this monkeypox amongst the people. Like, I feel like I work in the city. I see a lot of people. You could literally count the number of people on your hand that wear masks outside. Like, especially since it's hot, no one's wearing masks. And honestly, I don't even think they'd wear them if it was cold outside. So it's just like, there's really not much of a need or a sense of urgency, especially in New York City, and we're in such an extremely crowded and overpopulated city, that people are just not bothered by it. And I think the telltale sign will be when the kids go back to school in September, exactly how serious this monkeypox is. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, so don't take me to be that, but it's just odd to me with them releasing this notification about not having to stand 6 feet away from other people, and now you're putting monkeypox in the midst. They put this bouncy house in the city. It's like, so y'all want people to go into a bouncy house in the middle of a monkeypox pandemic? This is cute. Like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about at this point. Whatever. But this is the world we're living in, y'all. We are just, I think we're pawns in the grand scheme of things with the government. We are just pawns in this game that they're playing. And listen, I don't even know at this point. But that was pretty much that was on my mind. I got other things on my mind, but I'm not going to drag this out. I don't want y'all to just be sitting here listening to me rant. Okay, but if you guys have any comments that you want to make toward anything that I said, y'all let me know. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ding. It's official. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Ding. Sistas Bonafide.